You know, when you do all your shed jobs on a nice sunny day and then you come down to your allotment and it's raining. I don't know if you can see, it's not pouring, but it's wet and raining. So don't really know what to do today yet, but I'll start with a cup of tea. Okay, it's not raining as much now, and I've decided what I'm going to do. The perennials that I just showed you, I'm going to make my perennial area like I mentioned in my tour video. I'm going to move some of these beds. I told my sister that she could have some because it was her contact that got us the plants. So I'll move, it's easier just to move them across onto hers, which is just here. How many shall I give her? I think she probably deserves 4. No, 3. She deserves 3. So I'll move them across and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Just in case anyone was wondering, these are actually called pallet collars, and you can get them from like building merchants and well, I got these from a kitchen company, and anywhere that gets piles of pallets, you know, these go around them to keep them safe and secure because they can stack on top of each other. I'll just quickly show you that. So here's 2 stacked up. You come up to the top of my belly. But they're really good. You could even put 3 on top. And they're good for people who don't want to bend over. The downside is you then have to fill it with compost or soil. I keep them just to corner my beds off really. They're not raised beds as such because I dig them into the ground so that they just stay put. I do put some extra material in, but on my beds at the bottom there that I actually made, I didn't fill them at all. On these little ones I filled them up a little bit. But what you can do is you can put stuff to rot down in the bottom. So you could use, like, I've got some branches and, you know, any of this material that you're growing out, so long as it's not got seeds on it, you know, you can put that in the bottom, grass clippings, and then just put the layer of your multi-purpose compost on the top, and then over the year it'll die down and then that will turn into soil, and there you go. I don't know what my sister will decide to do. I know there's 4 on here, but I'm taking that one off. So this is how they lay down flat as well, so they're quite easy to store if you don't want to put them up straight away. Sorry, I'm still getting over my cold. And they're just, they've got hinges, so they just lift out like this. So if you're picking them up and taking them in your car somewhere, they slide in the back of my car with the seats down. So they're really, really easy. Yeah, let me just show you why I'm taking this one off. The ones that I moved from here across, I realised that they are bigger. So I had some smaller ones down here that I'd originally told her she could have, to be fair. So unless she watches this video, she won't realise what I've done. So if she's going to support me and watch the video and finds out about this, I might swap them back for the bigger ones. But if she doesn't, then don't tell her. It's only a little bit bigger, but you know, I've got a lot more space than her, and she's a bit of a cow, so you know. So yeah, so it's not everyone's cup of tea to do it with any kind of wood around the edge of the beds, but it's my way and it's what I like to do. It's pretty handy for nailing stuff to the edge of the wood if you've got, say, a support, or people use the water pipes, you know, to create little arches, I guess, and then you can put netting over them to stop the butterflies getting in and the pigeons, and you can nail all that to the side of the wood, so it makes it a bit more stable than just shoving it in the ground. Not that I've ever done it yet, but I've got some to do this year, so I'll get back to moving these. Now I've moved where the beds across to the other plot. In my previous video I said that it is lined with weed membrane underneath them, and when I add soil to them I cut the weed membrane out and fold it under. So I'm just going to plant through this. This area is so weedy, it's so hard. I mean, look at all them docks. I do need, that's a job for another day. So this is staying down, I'm afraid, but it kind of does its job quite well, obviously. But I was thinking, oh gosh, these have grown through, but I don't think they have. I think they've grown on the top. I mean, obviously that's in the ground, but yeah, these have grown on the top from spreaded seeds, so they're easy to pull out. So I'll just go around and remove these. I'll have to dig that one up that has popped through, that big dock there. I'm going to plant it into here as well. Okay. Been working hard, so I deserve this. I've moved all the perennials, moved the beds, fixed the landscape fabric. It ended up being a bit of a bigger job than I expected because I don't want to do it twice. So there were a load of weeds down the back of this little dividing piece of wood that I found. So I dug them out and put some more fabric down on the edges. So hopefully once this is planted I can just forget about it. So now I need to figure out where I'm going to put everything. So I need to Google some stuff. I know that at the back there, that back row, we've got sea holly. That grows quite tall. So we'll put that at the back. But the other things, I'm not really sure exactly what they look like. So we've got, oh gosh, Licinius. Actually, I think it says on the labels how tall they grow. So there's all kinds of stuff that I don't know what they are. So I need to Google it, like, how would you say that? But I think it's tall, like the word rose. So I think it's going to be a pink, 70 centimetres actually. What do I know? There's a penstemon, there's some asters, philopendula, all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna, on Nautias, I'm going to do a bit of Googling and try and place, I mean, maybe I should just do them in rows and see how they come up. But there's so many, and I've given my sister, obviously cleaned all that rubbish out that people have just thrown. Given my sister some, but we're going to do another visit, so we'll get some more things. Okay, so I'm going to have my cup of tea now. it took me a while as well, because when I started trying to move things across, I realised that my wheelbarrow had a flat tyre. And Kevin, my allotment neighbour, who's, I don't want to say old guy, he's not that old, he's about the same age as my dad, so he's ancient. He's nosy a bit, and he's talking, chatty, but he's dead handy. So he saw me and straight away came over and he's like, let's pump it up, and so we were doing that for a little bit. It's never straightforward. So I said to John, my husband, as I left, I'll probably just be an hour. And he said, you'll be more like 4. And I think I have been 3 hours already. But just love it. Just love it. And then I go home and I'm exhausted and I ain't got any words left and I'm tired. But I do just love it. I played an April Fool's on them this morning. I told him that I'd had an email to say that my allotment's been taken off me because of filming on the allotment, and I'd not asked permission. And his face, it was so funny. He was so upset for me that I just like straight away, April Fools. But I couldn't have played one on him that was something about him, because he would never have forgiven me. But he's so sweet. It was nice to see that he was gutted for me. And then he was shaking afterwards and everything. And he's not dramatic at all, We're both Gemini, so imagine what that's like. Now it's pissing it down. I need more space. Look at all that. So I've got this bed that I can use and this bed, and I need to move that. It's homemade compost. I really got in a bed ready to put it into, so I think I'm just gonna move it into a pile on my new one. I want to put this in the bottom of the beds because it's pretty weedy, like extremely weedy. So I'll put it in the bottom of some beds. Do you see what I mean? One job leads on to another job. I wanted to do this, but to do that, I have to do this, but to do this, I have to put some beds properly in the ground. It's never ending, but it's fun. That's why I end up being hours and hours. But I'm at least going to prepare this. I'm not going to get anything in the ground today, but they're in situ. They're not going to die. They're getting watered. So I realise that this angle looks shocking. That one looks a bit better. So I'll have to remember that. Okay, I'm going to get digging and listen to my book. Right, that's it for today. I've put 2 in. But I'm officially fed up now. So that's a job for another day. Okay, thanks for watching today. Hope it's not been too boring, but I watch videos like this, so I imagine that someone will want to watch it. There's loads of jobs to do, but I don't know if, I think as the year goes by, obviously it'll get more exciting when things start growing. But there's all sorts to do. There's always something to do. I mean, look at these weeds down here. I could spend all day picking them out. And obviously I've got to sort this greenhouse out at some point. So thanks for watching anyway. Like and subscribe. Bye.